It's now my honor to introduce the commencement speaker for the 2018 graduating class of Mercer County Community College. Daniel Klim, Executive Director of the American Physical Therapy Association of New Jersey, began his professional career developing global sports competitions and worked in the Pop Warner Football and Cheerleading National Office. He was part of the Stadium Suites operations team at the Giants Stadium for 12 years. As a dedicated lifelong learner, Mr. Klim is a member of the Brain Injury Alliance of New Jersey's Concussion in Youth Sports Committee. Mr. Klim also serves on the Mercer County Community College Foundation Board, whose sole responsibility, as you heard earlier, is to raise funds for scholarships for students to attend Mercer. As an advocate for youth sports, Mr. Klim was recognized earlier this year by the Delaware Valley chapter of the National Football Foundation and College Football Hall of Fame with their Contribution to Amateur Football Award. Mr. Klim started his collegiate career here at Mercer, where he worked in the athletics department and was a member of the 1996 baseball team that played in the national tournament. He went on to earn a bachelor's degree from Rowan University and then a master's from Thomas Edison State University. Class of 2018, it is my honor to introduce to you a proud alumnus of Mercer County Community College, Mr. Daniel Klim.
Good evening. And thank you, Chairwoman Golden, and the Mercer County Community College Board of Trustees, President Wong, my colleagues on the Mercer Foundation Board of Directors, distinguished guests, and of course, the reason we're here for today's ceremony, the class of 2018. I'd like to take this opportunity to put on a cap that's a little bit more familiar to me, if you guys don't mind. I'm going to take this one off, and I'm going to put this one on. This is the official cap of the nationally ranked Mercer baseball team, and I'm proud to say that it's one that I wore as a student athlete here during my time. And I, too, would be remiss if I didn't congratulate the Vikings tennis team on competing for a national championship, our softball team currently playing in Mississippi, competing for a national championship, and our baseball team who's traveling to Maryland on Saturday to play for a district tournament, to play for a regional tournament, to compete in another national championship next week. So congratulations to all of you. When I received the phone call from Dr. Wong that I had been selected as this year's commencement speaker, I was overcome with pride and joy. After all, I get to make a return to a place that set in motion what would become and continues to be my pursuit of excellence in my personal life and my professional career. And I'll never forget Dr. Wong's words when she extended the invitation and she said, "Dan, this year we're not bringing in a big name speaker. We chose you." Standing here before you is a great honor because Mercer holds a special place in my heart. It's only fitting that we're in the Athletic Center for today's graduation because a bulk of my time was spent right here. I was asked to share some of my experiences and perspectives, so here we go. I first stepped on campus in the mid-90s, and like many of you have done at one time or another throughout your academic career here, I pulled up in search of a parking spot. I walked down those same footpaths, and I wondered, why are the parking lots so far from all the buildings? I would ruminate over this between November and March when those bone-chilling winds would whip from Old Trenton Road to Mercer County Park and back again. And you know, I've never gotten an answer as to why.
I don't know the answer.
But I eventually scored myself a faculty and staff parking pass, which quickly became a valuable commodity. How I did it is none of your business. But hence, my strategic nature began to develop, and I credit it to my time here at Mercer. I was proud when I successfully learned to navigate my way through the halls of the interconnected buildings in the middle of campus without ever having to go outside. And I mastered that in my first semester. I was a student employee, a lifeguard, worked in the fitness center, served as a summer camp counselor, and worked with maintenance, taking care of playing fields, which would host numerous national championships and a men's soccer title, which I witnessed from field level. I also learned to drive a 5-ton roller during my days of field maintenance, and I got an unplanned education in the operation of heavy machinery as well here. As a lifeguard, I remember arriving at 5:30 in the morning to open the pool for swimmers on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'd stop at Wawa on Quaker Bridge Road for what would become my ceremonial bagel, orange juice, and print edition of the Trenton Times. Yes, I said print edition. No hashtags, no .coms just yet. I'd catch a quick snooze on a bench in the locker room for about half an hour, then set out for my 8:50 a.m. courses. As a student athlete, I found it a privilege to wear the green and gold representing Mercer at home and at other colleges and institutions in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, North Carolina, Georgia, and my final stop, USA Stadium in Millington, Tennessee, when in May of 1996 our baseball team played for the college's second national championship. There was no better feeling than buttoning up a jersey that had the word Mercer embroidered across your chest for all to see. I'm proud of my time as a student athlete at Mercer, the bond that formed with teammates who I still get together with on occasion, and maybe the stories get a little bit more embellished after 20-some years, and the opportunity to represent this college both near and far. And finally, I grew. I developed. I matured as a student. I didn't know it at the time, but over time, I would develop a deep appreciation for academics and education. This appreciation eventually led to me becoming the first in my family to obtain a bachelor's degree, and subsequently a master's degree where I graduated with high honors. And looking back, I can tell you that those academic successes can be traced back to this West Windsor campus. So perhaps one day you will see it as your building block to success. The quad, these buildings, this campus, the faculty and staff, those seated to your left, to your right, in front, or in back of you. This just might be the foundation in which your academic and professional career will be built upon. Because from here, you will continue to ascend. How you do so will be up to you. You will be successful if that's what you set out to be, because success means different things to different individuals. How you define success is a personal decision, but I believe there's a fundamental ingredient that cannot be left out of any recipe for success, and that is something that I call consistent persistence. Consistent persistence. Consistent, defined as unchanging in nature, standard, or effect over time. Persistent, firm, or obstinate continuous in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. Consistent persistence. As you progress through life, I encourage all of you to not change your course of action or give in when things get tough over time if you're in pursuit of your own success. If you want to achieve your success, I say go for it. Do whatever it takes if you're passionate about accomplishment. Don't take no for an answer, but rather find another way to get to yes. Consistent persistence. I remember once being told that a river cuts through rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. For the past 20 years, I've been developing my own playbook, which includes my definition of consistent persistence. It is a manifesto of thoughts, ideas, experiences, quotes, and articles that I've collected over time. And I've never done this before, but I'd like to share some of the information that can be found in my playbook for life with you. These are not all original works, but thoughts and concepts where I've found value in continuously improving upon myself. In my personal playbook, I have topics and statements that I resort back to frequently. The first is accountability. Do what you say you're going to do and be responsible. Always make good on your promises, and when you make a mistake, which you will, admit it. Activity. Keep going. Continue to move. Don't be bored. Do something. New Jersey's own Jon Bon Jovi was once asked in a magazine article what he'd like his tombstone to read. His response? Never bored, never boring. Put down your electronics and go play. Balance. If you keep looking down when you're trying to move forward, you'll lose it. Always keep your eyes up because you'll see more things that way. Compete. Outwork your competition. Sometimes the competition is within ourselves. Believe you can win. If you don't believe in yourself, then why should someone else believe in you? When playing to win, you should expect to win, but do so respectfully. Know that your opponent has tried his or her best too, and be confident, but not arrogant. Experiment and innovate. It's okay to be different and to try different things even if you fail. There's an unknown quote that says, "Never be afraid to try something new." Remember, amateurs built the Ark. Professionals built the Titanic. Give of yourself. You heard President Wong talk about it. I'm currently part of a fellowship program called Lead New Jersey, and the head of the program constantly reminds us that those who have much to give. So support wherever you can, be it money, time, or talent. It's a very rewarding experience. Improve. Get better every day. Challenge yourself to come out of your comfort zone and push yourselves towards bigger accomplishments, because everybody can do what's easy. Learn. Learn something from everyone, good, bad, or indifferent. Find a mentor, a role model, or someone you feel can help you grow. I've had many, and I still do. Listen more. You can learn a heck of a lot from someone else when you're not doing all the talking. Live. Experience all of what life has to offer. How will you spend the time you have available to you? Understand that life is not always fair and deal with it. And understand the value of time, yours and others. Make good decisions and minimize stupidity. Love. Say, "I love you." Those words have tremendous power. Prepare. I drive this into my kids all the time. It drives them crazy, the 5 Ps. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. If you are prepared, decision-making comes easier. Respect. Respect other people's opinions and other people's time. Shake hands with a firm handshake and make eye contact. Set goals. Follow them and carve out a strategy in which you've planned your attainment, because a goal without a plan is just a wish. Think. Think. I ask you to keep this in mind. Machines help, but humans think. Understand all sides of an argument or disagreement. For many times, different parties are trying to get to the same goal, but through different pathways. And formulate a thorough opinion by diving into a subject. Don't just rely on a 60-second internet video or 280 characters to make up your mind. And finally, vision. See the things that no one else sees, and then contribute your uniqueness to society. Ladies and gentlemen, these are some of the concepts, the thoughts, the notions, and the ideas that have helped me continue to work towards my success. Please feel free to adopt some of them of your own if you so choose. You're also at liberty to disagree with them, which is okay, but I encourage all of you to develop your own playbook for life and fill it with whatever content helps to keep you motivated. This evening, we are all bound together by a commonality that is this institution. We are more alike than different, even though our paths towards accomplishment may be dissimilar. We all have Mercer as a foundation from which we can build upon. So in closing, to this class of 2018, I want to say thank you for letting me come home and offer my genuine congratulations. You did it. Hang on. I'd like to finish by quoting the Oscar-winning singer and songwriter from New Brunswick, New Jersey's own Frankie Previtt, with one of the most famous song lines from the movie Dirty Dancing: "I've had the time of my life." And I wish you nothing but the success in life, in your pursuit of success, no matter how you define it. Thank you, and roll Vikes.